Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. This is Tim McCormick, and I'm very excited to have you here for our first ever daily funding call. This is episode 1. We are live, and quite an accomplishment for us. I'm not going to lie. We just launched this thing 3 or 4 times in a row, and it failed, so we're still learning. But now we're live. Each time we learn something new, maybe we got it right. Next time it'll be smooth. So, all right, 15 minutes late. Sorry for that. And if you've been waiting on, then I apologize. But this is what it is. So this is what happens with live, right? Live is a little harder because you got to do things right the first time. Anyway, so welcome to the Daily Funding Call. You might be thinking, what is the Daily Funding Call? Is this something I want to watch? All right. Well, the Daily Funding Call is a chance for us finance agents to work directly with all the finance agents that are out there in the world who are out there getting funding for people on a regular basis. If you move into the next slide, our show is here to provide you with the best tools, technology, training, and products so that you can succeed as a finance agent, either with us or on your own. Our show is for anybody who's in the lending industry, anybody who's out there getting funding for business owners or people looking for investments. We're not doing anything with consumer finance. We're looking for people who are taking money in order to build things, start businesses, invest in the economy, and grow our country. So specifically, people that should be interested in our show would be business bankers, because you're doing this on a regular basis, independent funding brokers. There's over 100,000 across the U.S. We already work with a lot of you, so you probably already know who we are. Financial consultants who, as a part of their business, help their clients get loans. And any loan processor. If you are processing loans or working at a large shop, maybe one of the online shops, there's been a huge explosion in MCA lenders over the last 6 or 7 years, SBA processors, any kind of funding. In fact, there's a huge range of funding programs that we'll be talking about through the course of this show. It's not going to be limited to one type or another. Anything from SBA loans to merchant cash advances, that's pretty much the cheapest interest rate you're going to get, to the most expensive rate, and everything in between. By the way, this chart or graphic here, I stole it from Lendio, somebody who you definitely should know of if you're in the industry. We worked with Lendio over the years, along with just about everybody else. So I'm hoping to, share with you stories from the lenders we work with, examples of clients we funded, so that we can together learn what's available and how to help people get funding and accomplish their dreams. All right. So specific things we're going to be including on the show would be lender interviews. We're going to be speaking either on the phone, in person, or hopefully on location with lenders, where you can go in and see the people you're working with, see the offices. You're going to see a huge range from the tech companies to the gritty young companies that are just starting, and everything in between. So lender interviews, that's going to be a critical component of this show, because a lot of people that are in the industry do everything under wraps. Everything's in the dark. We're the opposite. We're going to put everything out there so that you know where to go and what lenders to work with and how to get funding the best way possible. Lender interviews are going to be huge. If you could go back to the list, I'm sorry, I haven't gotten through those yet. Lender interviews are going to be big. Product training is also going to be a big core component of what we're going to be doing. We're going to share with you everything we've learned across all these different funding programs across the years. And we have 6 primary funding categories that we work with on a regular basis. So those ones specifically, but a big part of what we do here is we're constantly talking to new lenders and learning new products. You'll be a part of that process. We'll include agent interviews, where we're talking to our finance agents and our member offices, the partner offices that send business through us. Additionally, we're going to be doing funding contests. I don't have the exact specifics on how it's going to work, but we may come up with a new product, say, here's a new product, this lender says they can do it. Let's see if we can get them 100 applications within the next week, and whoever gets approved, they get a special bonus, something like that. And of course, topic debates. We'll bring in 2 people or 3 people who feel very differently about something and let them battle it out, and then you can decide who's right at the end. I'm really looking forward to those too. All right, so as a bonus, on top of all those things, I'm going to be doing actual funding calls with clients that are comfortable with having their information out on the internet, maybe people that are looking for the publicity. So actual funding calls with clients. I'll be doing coaching calls that we do on a regular basis with our agents and the sales offices that we work with. And if we can figure out a way to do it legally, competitor research calls where we call up other lenders, maybe we bleep out the name or whatever, but you hear how other people are presenting the same programs. And by the way, this is all the stuff that you do on a regular basis. You probably called up one of your competitors and heard their pitch. Well, we're going to be doing that for you and letting everybody share from it, assuming I can get the lawyers to approve it. So there might be a process we go through for that. All right, so that's what we're going to be doing on the show. But you may be thinking, who is Finance Agents? Now, Finance Agents has been around. We launched in May 5th. Oh, man, now I'm forgetting. Was that 2011? 2011, right? That's when we launched. But initially, Finance Agent launched as a marketing system inside my previous company called Finance Store. But now, Finance Agents is out there as a standalone company who supports many different sales offices. Our mission here at Finance Agents is to support and build a community of people dedicated to helping every entrepreneur get funding and make a living doing what they love. And this is what we do on a regular basis. And if you are one of the people I mentioned earlier on this show, this is what you do on a regular basis. We want to take all the people who are doing what we're doing in different places and bring them together and start one big conversation so you know who to work with and how to work with them. We have already achieved, through the different companies that we work with, over $1 billion in funding provided to our clients over the years. $500 million of that was done through Finance Store, and then some of the other partners we've brought in since rolling out as Finance Agents independently, that's another $500 million. So total combined over $1 billion in funding. What that means is we have a lot of experience, and we're looking to share that with you, the opposite of what most everybody else does. In the past, Finance Agent was able to help our previous company, Finance Store, achieve Inc. 500 status 3 years in a row with over 2,000% growth 2 of those 3 years. That's 2012, 2013. We were in the top 200, and 2014, I don't remember the number, but whatever, it's a lot. It was rapid growth, and all that knowledge and experience is what we're going to be passing back to you. We have a lot of specific goals that we're shooting for with this. And that is, well, here, let me go through our structure. In case you get a little bit confused about what Finance Agents is. Finance Agent, this company, is the hub at the center of the lending industry. All right? On one side, you have over 250 lenders and products that we help facilitate for our clients and sales offices across 6 primary funding categories. Not that whole range, because a lot of those we don't do much of, but that's everything from hard money to working capital loans to startup financing. We do a lot of that. And we're in the middle. And on the other side, we have our network of sales offices that we call member offices. Currently, we have 44, but new ones are coming on all the time. Those member offices get their referral sources through a network of recruiters that we've developed. And we have over 19,000 people currently that are signed up as Finance Agents. And what that means is somebody who refers somebody in. They find somebody who needs funding or they market. And when that person comes in, goes to a member office or a sales office. And we are the back office for all those sales offices. So that's our current structure. Our goals are to recruit a total of 100,000 Finance Agents all across the U.S. in all different industries, to end up with over 1,000 member offices. These are sales offices targeting on all the different micro niches in either geographies or industries or products across the U.S., to end up with 100 exclusive products that you can only get through us. Of course, right now we're not there. We work through lots of other companies, but our goal is to create things that don't exist, the things that you need, the things that your clients are asking for. 100 exclusive products that are going to be coming through us, and to fund over 1 million businesses. And we're far away from most of these goals, and that's fine. These are our goals, and we'll hit them. I don't know how long it's going to take. Hopefully not too long, but we're going to get there no matter what. All right, so who am I? I'm Tim McCormick. I am the founder of first Finance Store and then Finance Agents, but I didn't do everything alone. I've got an incredible team that I work with. But since you're going to be seeing a lot of me, I figured I'd give you a little bit of background on me. I came from a background of, when I was young, my first job was mowing lawns when I was 13. So I started off with my own business. And then all my early jobs were helping other people launch businesses. And every time I remember thinking, wow, this is an exciting process. I love working on small companies. I want to start my own business, but I never knew how to do it. And one of the big things that held me back was getting funding. Well, I went back to school and I got my MBA with the intention of figuring out how to do it. In business school, all they talked about was if you want to start a business, you need to get investors. So that's what I did. After business school, me and some other people entered in a business plan competition. We won first place to create an online rental marketplace. This is before Airbnb and everything, all those other sharing websites. And we were able to roll out, get a little bit of seed money in order to launch a business, but we ran out of money. And that just killed me, right? Because I thought, this is an amazing idea, and I feel like afterwards, the market has really validated that we were going in the right direction at the right time. We just didn't have enough capital. After that company, we had to close it down. I found a group of people that are getting startup financing for companies, and I thought, this is an amazing way I can help other people not have the same problem I had and avoid running out of business or running out of money in order to launch their business. All right, so a little bit about me. I love startups. I love the process of starting new businesses. I love talking to our customers that are starting new businesses. It's always exciting. I know it's going to be rough, but it's exciting. I got my MBA at Pepperdine. I actually think funding and finance is exciting, just like startups. And I actually feels a little bit weird for me to say that, but I never would have, if you asked me 20 years ago if I thought finance was exciting, I would say no. But now, frankly, I thought it was a different industry. When I got into it, I thought it was going to be a lot more boring, but there's a lot of crazy stuff that happens, and that's some of the stuff we're going to be talking about on this show. And I currently own or partner in 4 different fintech or lending businesses, and it's something that's growing on a regular basis. I'm actively always looking for new partners or new, smart, intelligent people that are going to help us launch new products. You saw that we want to have over 100 exclusive products for our people. I need good, smart people to work with, so I'm always looking about that. Besides that, on the personal side, I'm married to a pediatric dentist, a wonderful woman. I have 2 young boys who really make my life exciting and make sure I don't get enough sleep. I live in Orange County, California. That's where Finance Agents is headquartered. And I can't wait to see where this takes us. I'm really excited about the launch of this show and the opportunity to be working directly with you and talking to a broader audience than the people we're currently talking to. All right, so you may be thinking, how can you join the conversation? It's one thing to watch me talk, but what I really want, the real goal here is not for you to watch me, it's for us to create a broader conversation. So I have a number of different ways that are ready to start the conversation. You may go there and say, hey, there's no conversation yet, but this is the beginning. And I hope you're excited to be a part of that. So first of all, if you're not already signed up as an agent with us, there is no binding obligation. There is no cost. All you got to do is go to financeagents.com, click the button in the upper right-hand corner. It says need a login. Start here. It creates a login to our back office. And no matter what you do, or you can go directly to financeagents.com/agents. Sign up as an agent. And no matter what you do, there's people that you can't help for funding. Just go put them into the website, refer them to us, and we can help get them funded. Then we'll give you a referral fee, and you know that your people got helped instead of, as a funding consultant, one of the most frustrating things we ever do is tell somebody, I'm sorry, I just can't help you. Luckily, we've spent the last 10 years making sure we hardly ever have to say that. So if you send somebody to us, there's something we can do for them, either in funding-wise or we tell them exactly what they need to do in order to fix the situation. So sign up as an agent. That's one way to talk to us. Besides that, this show is going live on YouTube. So I'd encourage you to go to YouTube. To find our YouTube channel, just go to YouTube and type in Finance Agents. Currently, we're the second one on the list. Hopefully, we become the first. But subscribe, and you'll get a notification for every daily funding call. Again, the daily funding calls are weekly. They're weekly daily funding calls right now, but we'll be changing that soon once we get a little bit of practice and get everything rolling. So you can find us on YouTube. You also can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Finance Agents Inc. It should be Finance Agents, but an old finance agent of ours stole the name, and we haven't been able to get it back yet. So hopefully we get that out of the way. Also, you can find us on Twitter. Our symbol is @FinanceAgents. Right now, those are the 3 platforms we're focusing on starting the conversation on. 4 if you include the people that sign up directly with us and work in our platform. So you got Finance Agents, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And we're going to be adding more soon as things get rolling. So those are the places that you can find us and the ways that you can communicate with us. But let's talk a little bit about the current market. What's been going on in the lending industry over, say, the last 3 or 4 years? Now, if you're in it, maybe you already know, but and this is going to be also the question of the day. So we'll come back to this in a second. But first of all, the current market has had a lot of changes over the last 5 years. If you go back to, say, 2008, we had what I like to call the economic apocalypse. If you worked in lending, you either lost your company or lost your job or had two of the most stressful years of your entire life. I could say that with 100% certainty. We lived through that change, and it was maddening. We had to cut a lot of our programs, our funding amounts cut, but we were able to make it through. So people survived, but it was tough. So a lot of funding programs went away, and over the last 5 years, I've seen most of them come back. But in addition to ones that weren't there before, we have the whole merchant cash advance industry that has exploded. It's a whole new kind of funding where you're getting people that are calling business owners on a regular basis, sometimes 3-4 times a week, offering them high interest short-term loans. That's been the biggest change. That industry exploded and is currently in somewhat of a contraction just because so many people got into the space. If you're watching this, there's a decent chance that you're in the MCA space right now. And I want to let you know that there are alternatives. It's a great paying industry. So I'm not saying you have to get out of it, but you know as well as I do that there's some people that this type of funding is good for. There's some people that there aren't. So if you're in that industry, it's very easy to be in one industry and not understand that there's other things available. There are a lot of other things available, and if through working with us or through the training you're going to get, you should be able to offer SBA loans, equipment finance that is very similar to merchant cash advance in the qualification. We have startup funding. You're probably turning away startups on a daily basis. We have 5 different ways we can finance startups and a lot of other things. But again, to go back to having this be a conversation together and not just me, the question of the day that I have for you, if you're watching this, is what is the biggest change you've seen in lending over the last 12 months? Specific things. Do you see specific lenders that have changed? The type of funding that you work in specifically, have you seen that change? Are you in a particular industry? Are you seeing a change there? I would love to hear your comments, specifically on the YouTube channel, right? You're on this show right now because you're on YouTube. Go right below and type into the description box, what is the biggest change you've seen in lending in the last 12 months? And let's start the discussion. I think it'll be real interesting to hear what everybody has to say. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for the day. This is going to be a shorter call for us, mostly because I want you to get on with your lives and be excited about all the stuff that we have ahead of us. I know I am. With that, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you, everybody, for coming on the phone or coming on the call. If you have anything you need, just give us a call. We'll be happy to talk to you. And with that, we look forward to doing a lot more deals together.